Today at Off the Rack, we're diving into the story of one of Berlin's true cultural and retail landmarks, the Voo Store. More than just a shop, Voo has become a global benchmark how retail can be curated, designed, and lived. Founded in the heart of Kreuzberg, back then one of Berlin's rather dodgy neighborhoods, it seamlessly and authentically blends fashion, art, innovation, design, and community like only few other places globally do. We'll explore how this once hidden concept store evolved into an international destination that continues to define what modern retail should look like. I'm joined by Yasin, the founder of Voo, who still is the mind and driving force behind the atmosphere and product mix that made Voo not just a store, but a cultural phenomenon. Tune in and get to hear about his first steps, learnings along the way, and how he sees brands, clients, expectations, and preferences in the industry changing over the past 15 years. Thank you so much for coming over to the office and making some time to meet me. I'm really curious because I know that I'm extracting you definitely out of your very, very busy schedule today. Where did you come from?
Well, this is 15 years of Funo, and it means this is my 30th, minimum 30th fashion week. I mean, if you calculate this every year, 2 times minimum. And yeah, we need to send the orders. And this is the order deadline time after Paris Fashion Week. And because of that, daily we need to send, I don't know, 5, 6, brands order. And this is always a big discussion because me and my buyers, we need to sit and discuss about that. We are really democratic story, and store, not story, also story.
Story too.
And
Success story.
yeah,
Definitely.
and we need to really discuss about every piece. And then now it's more difficult because we are trying to buy a little bit less, but it's more deep, and this is the idea a little bit. And then we need a more time to discuss. Because of that, it was a little bit tight schedule.
You somehow sad that it's a part of your strategy now for this season and for the order season, for the upcoming collections, to buy a little bit deeper and maybe focus on less brands. How so? Why did you have the decision taken to have a tiny bit of less brands, but focus more on their visibility and exposing them in the best possible way?
Mm. Because I mean, maybe you feel it in general in the air of Paris. These companies or also brands or the designers, they try to also create less stuff because everything is so expensive. Even so huge fashion houses, they're trying to really focus on the less products and selling more of this. Then it's difficult to make the money. And then for us the same. And for example, last years, economically, we were in a better place in Germany. With you feel it a little bit also in Berlin. It's how difficult is everything. Then we bought a lot of like emerging designers, and then we know, okay, we lose money, but we need to do it somehow, because we like these brands. We need to support actually. But now it's difficult to do this because we need to really sell everything. We need to make money with these margins. And I don't know how many independent store in the world, but we are the one of them. I mean, I am the person who is doing everything, and my parents are not rich, and even me, I'm not rich. And the thing is this kind of stuff is really important to have healthy business. And because of that, we say that's okay, we need to buy less but nice stuff with good price, and we need to focus on less product but better sell-throughs, let's say this.
Do you somehow sense that the willingness to pay of clients is changing? Are they still willing to pay a lot and really high prices for brands which they don't necessarily know too much? Or do you see a shift towards clients being willing to spend more money on have investment pieces, more of brands and by designers they know for years?
From Berlin perspective is a little bit difficult. For example, Berlin and London or in Paris is totally different. I mean, We have also, of course, online store, but I love old school physical stores, because I like to touch everything. And then Voo Store is started there where we are. And in Berlin, it's like this. We don't have really rich people, it. And we have a really like informed, amazing fashion people. But these people are not enough, for this special, also collecting this special pieces. So I said it, for example, to 2018, 16, 17, in this time, it was crazy hype with sneakers. It's everyone started to wear sneakers, even the people who never see before the sneakers, or say that fuck all sneaker hats or something. Then one day everyone comes with Air Force One with Nike, or what is the name, Off-White shoes, In this time, really, I know the people, this really fashion people. They came to the store every week and they bought every week a new shoe.
Wow.
And then I said, as I remember, hey, stop with this, because you don't need more shoes. You had this last week, And exact this kind of things happen with also like some luxury brands, They bought always something high product. But now I see this is less and less, because I think the people thinking about, okay, what will happen next month? This is another war or another energy crisis in Berlin, or what about with my flat? I mean, can I pay my rent? The people has more these questions, and fashion or design, and I think it's not in the first place yet, but in Paris or in London is different, because the people who bought there, I mean, the shoppers is from everywhere from the world, and they have really crazy monies, but I don't know, they are really fashion. I mean, this is a different actually.
Fair enough. When did you sense this uncertainty in terms of shopping behavior? When people were trying to invest maybe in other pieces rather than expensive pieces to wear? When did it start for you?
I think it's like the brand, Paloma Wool, for example, and the people really looking for this kind of brands now. It's a good price and the fair, doesn't matter is a Prada, or doesn't matter, I don't know, Jill Sander, for example. I think the people are clever now, and they're saying that I don't care for the hypes, and I want to have really nice product with a fair prices, with the Prada, for example. I mean, I love Prada. I have a lot of Prada pieces. I sell also Prada. But come on, I mean, sometimes you say it was a like 3-pack t-shirt for 3-4 years. I mean, they're doing this every year. It was from 200 euros is now is more than 600 euros. And then it makes no sense, this kind of thing. And the people are, as our customer base, I'm really proud of this. They're not stupid. And then, of course, they can check, and then they're really informed, and then they're buying Paloma or this kind of brands actually.
Incredible. So basically, you sense that a lot of the clients are even being educated by the brands who you sell
Yeah.
to start changing their shopping behavior towards a more sustainable or, like a less price efficient way. So that's really great. So you have an educational role too. It's incredible.
Yeah. I mean, it's on the end, we are learning each other, As a Voo Store, of course, we need to show our brands, our customers, what's happening. But at the same time, we need to also learn from there, Okay, what's going on? I mean, it's the best place for me. It's just looking the people at Voo Store.
Fair enough.
And then I'm learning there a lot.
As a Berliner myself, I can only confirm this basically, that whenever I come to Voo, it's possibly the coolest crowd which anyone could gather at a place, be it only a crowd of shoppers, a crowd of people who stop by your daily, or a crowd of people who stop by and walk through the gallery which we recently opened. It definitely is like the most quintessential crowd of what describes Berlin and what describes like a lot of the subculture happening in the city and what made the city turn into such a hype internationally. How do you source for new and exciting brand to maintain this extremely dashing mix when everyone walks into the store?
It could be like on the mails, the people sending me something, or a friend say, hey, you need to check it, or is this Instagram, I just bought it, or in a showroom, or on the street. It's everywhere, but it's important is on that how you see it.
Yeah. Since the very beginning, you've always had a very own signature on what you buy for the Voo Store. And you've obviously had a lot of different people you employed in the buying section, in different departments, and so on. Most often, it's been the case that a lot of the people coming to work for the Voo Store have not necessarily been working in a retail environment before. How was this your strategy, and how did it blew up to actually enforce the uniqueness of the portfolio of Voo?
Mm. The thing is, I mean, I study political science, and I'm also not from fashion or retail or something. I mean, I'm really bad in business in this case. But I say as always, this is this is for us is something positive, because if the retail business, you are doing always everything standard. But if you see something from the outside, you know better what the other people need. I'm actually I'm looking from outside to there still. Maybe for some people, or maybe after for 15 years is not. And I had this idea when I was on school, on university. I thought always, okay, all the politicians, before they're politicians, they're cool people. They think, okay, they understand me, they're saying nice stuff. But what's happened after? You know what's happened after? Because they got a VIP position. They don't use anymore bus or metro. They have a own driver or car, and then and then they have all the problems are there. They don't see anymore what's happening in the streets. Actually, they see everything from their desk, and this is the problem. And the fashion is also the same. You think, okay, you are in the fashion show. I have always this discussion with my employees, and I say, for example, they are using this SS or autumn winter 25. I said, please don't use this, because this word we know, but on the street, no one cares for SS or autumn winter. And because this is this is a wording for the fashion people, but for the other people, it means anything.
A denim is a denim.
Yeah.
In winter and in summer too.
Yeah, and I think for me it was always this kind of people. It was really important. They're not. Of course, it's also difficult sometimes. It depends the person, because I mean, they need to bring like a work ethic at the same time. But experience, you can have it. But the work ethic, this kind of stuff, needs to be also with this. And for us, because of that, it was really helpful if the people came from the another as a different industries, actually, especially not from fashion. Yeah.
Fair enough. Let me take you around 15 years back in time. Do you still remember the day when Voo originally opened? How was it for you? How did it feel? How was the atmosphere? How did it come to this opening?
Okay, I mean, if we're talking about, I feel really old, because I didn't understand how was it this 15 years. It's really like a joke. It's crazy, because still everything is so fresh. And I think in the fashion, what I like it, of course, it's difficult because every season everything new, but it gives you another feeling. Okay, every season is new also. No, I mean, it's this product what we are selling. It's I don't know, they delivered maximum for 4 months ago.
Wow.
Not for 15 years ago. And how was it? It was the 5th November 2010. I remember this the opening party, and the contract signing is the 1st July 2010 again. And then it means 7 months until 11. In 4 months, we build, actually. It's really fast time. Yeah. And yeah, or maybe a little bit more. It could be maybe they give me this meat free or something. This I don't remember. And yeah, the idea was in this time, okay, let's just open something because me and my brother actually we own also the Lucia bar in the same street, and Lucia helped a lot because Lucia is really similar to Wu. It was a place all the artists, all the designers, all the architects, I don't know, all the creative business people, they came Lucia. Lucia was not so classic places. And these people um, always say, okay, we like Kreuzberg for 15 years and we want to be here, but we hate to be in Mitte just for shopping, you know? I said, I had the same problem too, actually, because in this time, Mitte was too plastic. You know, it's just designer stores. Now is a little bit better, I think. It's easier. But in this time, Mitte and Kreuzberg was two different places. Now it's similar, actually. And then no one want to be in Mitte, actually. And but they need to go there because if they need something, because a nice designer, you can just buy there. Then I had this idea, okay, I don't want to be so long in this night business. And then I think in Kreuzberg and with this so amazing people, we can do it something. And then Voo Store idea started actually. And I didn't any clue what we want to sell there. And because of that, we opened. I remember we had this inside just only 70,000 euro product.
Huh.
It means maybe 20, 30. And Wu is, you know, like 300 square meters. Is pretty big. Can you imagine? It was just 20 pieces of products and then nothing else actually. And from there it started. And you know, the Knife, the band,
Yeah.
Swedish band. And there's a guy and a girl, and then they're actually like a brother and sisters.
Uh-huh.
And he is the what is the name? The video clip, I forget the name.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah, but you can see this. It looks so sweet guy.
Oh, wow.
And he's a DJ actually, in the DJ, and then he play first time at Voo.
At Voo.
Yes,
Wow.
it was completely empty inside and just like a concrete and then no product.
Incredible.
Yeah, and he was just a good friend in this time, and it was so many people in Berlin.
So you say you started with 20 products.
Yeah.
How many brands are these?
It was not even brands actually.
What did you sell in the first couple of weeks?
It was really like this. I think because of that, I have like Scandinavian fashion is really important for me because in this time, it was the agency Wald agency actually. They're kind of existing or not, I'm not so sure. In this time, they were our agency, kind of like a PR agency, and they had a good contact to Scandinavian brands. And then we start with Henry Pipsko, Stina Goya, or this kind of brands. I mean, in this time, they were really big stars actually in fashion scene. And I mean, later it was less and less. And then Stina Goya, for example, she sold the company. They are doing really like commercial things. But on the beginning, wasn't like this. And Henry Kripsko he's real artist actually.
He's incredible.
Yeah, he said as on the end, okay, I don't care. I'm just caring for my kids and then doing the same stuff. He's doing last 10, 15 years, same thing. Can you imagine? But he started with amazing things. And we had really this kind of Scandinavian brand. And we were on, the big thing was for me, we wrote Agnes Studios.
Wow.
And I would say this, okay, they will never reply or something. And they say this, yeah, we love to do this. Is it okay? And then they really sent someone from Stockholm just to check the store because it was no name or something. I was so excited. Okay, let's do it. I hope it's there. They're checking. They liked, and then they really like it.
Wow.
And then we were allowed to order, and I went there. I ordered 20,000 euros. I remember really good. Can you imagine? I couldn't sleep because I said, as Yasin, what the fuck would you do
You
this?
spent 20,000
20,000.
one brand.
Yes. And
All the money you have.
and then the money is not there. No, even money is not there. It's just, I said, everything is like what I have is 70,000 euros. And then it was there.
And the collection comes in 8 months.
Yes, yes, really. I said, okay, shall I call my parents? And then for friends, really, I'm thinking this kind of things. But they had a really good system because they said, okay, there's just sending in the 30 days. That was really easy.
So was Acne actually the first brand which you ordered back then?
Yes, and the Cheap Monday too.
Oh wow.
Can you imagine?
So the Scandinavian brands have been like a huge pillar of like the whole build up of Boo.
Yeah, and the Wood in this time, for example, and it's coming now if I'm thinking, but it was on the begin. You know what the people say for us? The Scandinavian shop. They really say this,
Which
and
was a great compliment because
Yes.
back then Scandinavian fashion and still Scandinavian fashion is some of the most sought after
Yeah.
units.
Yeah.
Copenhagen with all the Danish brands and the Scandinavian brands in total have been very good to you, but also very good to Voo for the very first step of the store and for the very first steps in your business. But there was a very crucial moment, I believe, when out of a sudden so many brands got the message that this really incredible place somewhere in a backyard of Kreuzberg is developing into something more than just a teeny tiny store with like 300 square meters and just 20 brands. It turned into a whole movement. When did you think this happened and how did you make it there? That brands actually started to come and knock on your door to ask you to buy their stuff.
Mm. It is two moments for that. The first moment is with Nike, because the Woo is, I like this also. Woo is not a classic, so like a fashion store. We have also character of, let's say, a sneaker shop, and because this is also reality of the life. Is no one is full Prada look, this we have the Nike or Adidas or something. And I think we're the one of the stores, maybe the first one, it started actually. And then in this time, it's no one really understand that, okay, it's the sneaker, but you are not a sneaker shop. Okay, but now it's really normal. The moment was with Nike is the second year. I can give the name, the Bianca Richter. And he was like Nike Germany or something. I don't know the position, but
Title, yeah.
yeah, and one of and she just sent us the product, and it was really like I know it was Air Max. I didn't know in this time. I learned it. I'm really bad with the sneaker names. Air Max like honey colors or something, and then I said, okay, what is this so ugly, and like sneakers, and I'm talking for 2011, 12
Oh, yeah.
in this time. And I said, okay, just put it there and it's for free. Let's sell it, Of course, we are trying to sell everything. You know what's happened? It's sold in 2 days.
Right away.
Yeah. I said, whoa, okay, it's cool. They're selling. And then I had zero idea. And then they sent another shoes, sneakers, and then they said it's okay. I mean, we have a space. Let's put it there. And then it was the morning 6 or something. It's my telephone. I don't know. It's our cleaning lady calling me. I said, what the fuck? What's happened? I mean, it's we were robbed or what's happened? She said, Yasin, there's people here in front of the door. They wanna come in. And then I said, I
At
don't know.
6 in the morning.
Yes. I said, why? Why do people are there? And then really, I went there. It was so 7, 8 or something. I saw it. There's like for the sneakerheads, they know this. This is a camping. The shoe, what we got, it was just, I don't know, really special release. And the people came from like Denmark, from Holland or something, from Germany, everywhere, just to buy this shoe. Okay, I said, guys, are you okay? I mean, why you were doing this? Let's give it. And then they were so happy. I didn't understand it. And later, the people check, Yasin, this shoe is still there. I said, no, we sold everything. It's amazing. Yeah. hey, this shoe in the black market they're selling, I don't know, 10 times more. I says, okay. Then after I understand the sneaker business, how is this works. And then with this is actually, it was also economically really nice in this time. Okay, we are selling something. And it was just with Bianca Richter in this time because she believed us. And mm, this was the one moment. And the other moment was with Prada. And
How did this happen? How did it come to Prada being keen on somehow being stocked in a backyard in Kreuzberg when Kreuzberg was still a tiny bit of a dodgier area than it is now?
in this time, Prada has zero wholesale, and it was everything just own retails. And they said that, okay, young people, they don't know us. I mean, our client is like over 50, 60, and then they are dying every day. Our business is going down also because it was really like this. It's the people, even fashion people, they didn't know what is Prada. Of course, they know it, but there's like a vintage or this kind of things, but there is somewhere.
It definitely wasn't the moment back then
No.
when you started also
No.
stocking it. I remember these days, to be very frank. What was the vision? What was the idea behind it when you opened the store first? Did you ever think that you're going to get this far by basically having a store for over 15 years now and turning into one of the most talked about and sought after retail spots globally?
The idea was for me, okay, I want to create a place, that's for everyone is open. And of course, we have a luxury product that's really expensive, but we have also another products not expensive. I don't know, you feel it, but we are not trying to be so really price wise or the brand wise. We try to show everything there without to say, okay, no, this is too cheap for us, or we need to get like expensive clients. This is the first vision actually, and for me was also, okay, why we need to go always at different places for beautiful things. For me, is a book could be also beautiful, or a cup, or a t-shirt, or a pants. And I want to have a place. It's everything in a one. How you say, location.
So the channel and the vision of a concept store.
Yeah.
If someone were to look back at the Voo Store and what you have created over the last 15 years, in let's say 20 years time from now, what would you think would be making you very happy to be remembered for?
Also, I think we change some so like a classic retail atmosphere, and for before us it was like, okay, you can just buy like designer stuff only in a really empty room, in the corner, and then there's a Mac, and then behind them is a girl, and then she's looking to you and then not react so much. It was a little bit like this, and then we did a little bit more social, and then everyone could touch and understand this brand. And I will say the people think, wow, okay, it was a Woo Store, and they changed this retail atmosphere. They make it easier for everyone. They they said us, okay, actually the Prada is not something untouchable. It's okay, expensive, maybe in this case. I'm also thinking this, but it's at the same time, it's okay. It's a brand on that. It is not like a dogma. This kind of things. It is everything is touchable. Everything is, yes, nice and exclusive at the same time, but it's not like this. Not you or something. For everyone is open.
I think you really made clear not just to retailers on the one hand, but also on the other hand to brands and definitely to clients that being elitarian and building borders around brands and products doesn't necessarily help. So democratizing everything and making everything accessible is what to me is one of those landmarks which Voo has achieved globally. But on another hand, As someone who's commanding over possibly one of the hottest and most sought after portfolios in retail globally, where do you shop besides obviously in your own store? Where do you go to other retailers and get like inspiration, or where you love browsing through their selections?
Mm. This is it was really a problem last time I was in Paris, and I tried to do this. I said this, yes, I have in different cities.
Now you wanted to shop.
Yes,
Here we go. Where do you shop?
I can do this, but I'm really bad in the way. I'm really difficult. I think I'm really difficult customer, and I think I'm not happy customer too if I'm somewhere. And I really try everything in Paris, and I was all like a grumpy old guy. Just go out. Well, there's nothing, or I don't know. And it's same happens sometimes. Woo too, it's not just, oh, of course I'm buying there because I actually selected stuff or also there, but I'm personal really difficult, and I cannot give you this any name now. It's really difficult. Sorry.
Fast forwarding to now, who do you believe are the designers or creatives who are currently shaping the zeitgeist and what we're basically going to be discovering as extremely innovative or very contemporary these days?
Mm. I think it's a little bit lost. There is not so one direction, but what I understand it's the heritage. I understand for example, like farming, and what we need is the if the designer understand this, it works. And of course, for example, for GW Anderson, this is now is everyone talking, and then I was in Dior showroom, and then after we are also buying GW Anderson as a brand. It was really similar thing, guys. If you wanna buy Dior, don't do this. Go just GW Anderson is way better, I think, and it's cheaper.
They all the more creative.
Yeah. and but what I understand from him, for example, what he did also on the Louvre, he did really nature stuff, and Jacquemus is also trying this now, and it's really difficult what they are really following, but they are really checking, okay, what our grandfathers or grandmothers did it. I think it's a little bit the images comes from there, and because we're a little bit missing these times, I think, they're a little bit also stuck with inspiration, because I think this is the bad part of the ChatGPT, I think, because ChatGPT or AI needs real informations, and you can use from this real information and with another information, but on the end, this is like a cake. You eat this real information, but on the end, you need more actually information. But we don't create anymore this real informations. And then what we are doing, we go back and back. And I think this is the our designers generally, or the artist inspiration problem comes from there. We are not creating so much, and then we are checking more and more in the back actually, and then more real real stuff. I think this is the inspiration now.
I love your vision on the renaissance of, on the one side, heritage, and that we're missing a lot on free-minded creativity. So I'm really excited to see where this journey is gonna take us. What is next for Voo? What's happening in the next 5 years?
Mm. The thing is, first, in this environment, actually, I don't know what you talk with another brands or the stores, but especially the fashion businesses has a really crisis now, I think, and because the I told you these margins are really bad, and there's a Germany or Europe inflation, and a plus Berlin inflation is also hits a lot. And I say that we want to be first really a healthy company, I mean, I don't want to say, okay, we are doing this or doing this or doing this. Of course, we have a lot of ideas, but it's not realistic. It's the realistic thing is now being really healthy company, paying our invoices on the right time, and then we give the good service to our customer. It's the best thing what we can. Then after that, it's maybe it will be better next year, and then after, then we can think about this. Okay, let's do it with Woo in a different countries or different continents. I mean, this is always an open discussion, and we have also these discussions too still now. I don't want to give the counter name, but there is some people they want to do it this. But for me, this is more important thing is how I say it is being a healthy company.
I definitely had this question, but if it wouldn't be for Berlin, or in addition to Berlin, what other city do you see accepting and having Voo as a very great addition to it?
Mm. I think not the city, and every city could work, but I think the which kind of part of city is the question, because you can go also in Delhi, or you can go in the Los Angeles or Tokyo or Seoul. And I can imagine in Seoul, for example, we have a big fan base there. And then if you open there a Voo Store, I know it's the second day, it will be full. The people not thinking, oh my God, who is that? Or what is this? No, I mean, the people know it. Um, I could say Seoul, but it's for me is more important where in Seoul is his biggest question, actually. Because of that, I don't care the city or the country. And because for us, I need to actually say we are not really Berlin. We are more Kreuzberg store. Of course, you can also see this is a little bit thinking small. No, this is just the reality. Of course, it's not so many people know Kreuzberg. They know more Berlin. But for us, it's Berlin. Come on, how can I say Wilmersdorf? Wo Wilmersdorf? I mean, it's not
It
realistic.
just doesn't go.
Yeah,
It
no.
just doesn't
No,
go.
or the Spandau. I mean, because of that, the Berlin is not. But I can't say easily Kreuzberg or even part of Mitte or this. But it's not whole Berlin is not the Kreuzberg. This is the reality, and we cannot open everywhere in Berlin. Also the Wu and the same different cities actually.
Fair enough. Your 2 or 3 favorite brand discoveries this year?
In Copenhagen again, and I'm always seeing a new interesting brands. And for us, it was, for example, last year on the Copenhagen Fashion Week. I'm also in the jury. It was there's many different really small brands. I cannot say all the names now, but I will just say for the people, please, is the new talents there, follow them. And there is a lot of interesting designer. This is more than 3, and I like most of them, but I cannot give really exact name.
What is, let's say, the possibly most Berlin object or brand which you have sold at Voo?
This is also difficult. It was before GmbH, as a GmbH. It was really Berlin for me. The Saraton Benjamin. Unfortunately, we don't have anymore the brands because the reason of the Zalando or the another things. But the begin, it was, I would say, really my. If I close my eyes, I would say it was okay, GmbH. And now is really difficult, but now Roland perfumes, and David is this really like so Berlin guy, and then he's a one-man show, and then he has only 5 different kind of scents actually. This is something from Berlin, and I really like it because I like this the people just he can uh, I mean, when we go out to eat something, I cannot eat with him because he's talking about perfumes. And then I like this kind of people and they're really
Who are obsessed with what
obsessed
they
what
do.
they're doing, and
I
then
love it.
he's absolutely like this, and then he's also really like a Berliner guy and the person. This kind of, and next to us is the Yes Electronic, and then the people know Oranienstraße. There's a place, there's everything, for example, and they have so many different kind of things. This is not at Voo Store, but I like this shop just too, and always there's cheap stuff, it's good stuff, but you can find everything. This is also a real place, and but these kind of things are, for me, is really Berlin.
Describe Voo Store in 3 words.
I would say open for everyone.
Wow, this is really beautiful, actually. That is very nice. What is your favorite time of the day at the Voo Store?
The day, I mean, is the moment I can say mornings, because I came to Wu. This is like every morning, not yeah, mostly mornings, and I get my coffee there. It's like 10:30 before opening, and I get my coffee from the best barista of the world, Go Miyazaki, our daily manager, and he is, I think, probably the first person who get the coffee, and like a person you like, and at the same time from this person getting a coffee is the best thing in the world, actually. And then maybe you were talking about general stuff about running, or but not really business, and this is the best moment, actually. And the another thing is the Saturdays when I'm playing security there, and I love it too, because the Saturdays when I'm there, it's just the people, they don't know me, of course, what I'm doing there, and I'm not selling or doing things. I'm not on the casas, nothing, but I'm just random there, and then I'm mostly on the door, if you don't have a security. And I like to just to say to people hi, and then checking the people, and then seeing this, okay, something happening here, and then seeing actually around. This is the best moment, actually. And
Wow.
Saturdays is a really best day because you don't get so much emails too, and you don't need to do anything, and just chilling in the store, and then talking with customer, and they're coming. Some people come every Saturday.
Wow.
Yeah.
But also, as a Berlin local myself, I
Yeah,
can
yeah,
say that it really is one of my favorite places to go and do people watching on a Saturday. So
yeah.
it definitely is.
This is also
A
for me
place
the
to
best
visit.
time. I mean, I don't know if this is the retailers thing is, but our margins are wrong, and the first thing, and the another thing is, this is a general industry problem. It's not just a retailer problem. And then this seasonal thing is really wrong, and we have so many, I mean, production wise, so many stuff, uh, and as a retailer, and maybe, mm, we are trying to do everything too online, too on the reports, for example. We need to do it. I think that we talked a little bit before. They need to feel a little bit. It's not just so algorithm or these things. I think this kills a little bit retail than everyone buying the same thing, because now tracking the information is so easy. If there's someone buying this, is everyone buying this, and you see this everywhere, the same thing or nothing.
So for you, it's seasonality, then having a profile in the buying and in the portfolio management, and definitely also the margins.
Yes, you're the best translator. Yeah. I mean, the margin stuff is really important, because I see this, the people trying to do different things, to having a margin, because they need to also work. But for us, it's really difficult. Every season, this margin's going down and down and down and down. And I don't want to give the brand names, but uh, I think this is also not cool, because you need to be a little bit social. You need to say, okay, I give this person, like retailer, this margin, but they can live with this margin. If you calculate it, actually not. And how can you do this? It makes no sense. It's like, you know, you are selling, like, I don't know, which is right example, but you are selling water. Maybe fashion is not like water, but still, and then you are the only one who is selling water, and then you say this, I'm selling water for 100 euros. If you want to buy, you buy. If done, not. It's a little bit like this, and I think
It's a
it's
monopoly in a way.
yes, and then I don't like this, and there is a like in German is Machtkampf. It's like how you say this for this.
It's a force of power.
Yeah, and then I don't like it. And then as a Wooster, we don't really feel it because we see, okay, they respect us, and they
Because
don't.
you're too cool.
Yeah, and then they say this, okay, not so minimums or kind of things. But generally, if we are talking about the industry, they have everything about that, and I don't like it actually, and it makes no sense. And some stores, because of that, they have a big problem. Even, I mean, as Wooster, we have this problem too. And of course, if you want to buy something, you need to sell, and you need to pay the people, you need to pay your invoices, and you need to pay your heating cost in Germany. It's a big thing.
Oh, trust me, heating costs are even higher in Copenhagen.
Yeah, and I think we need a real calculation in this case.
Fair enough. Thank you so much again for making all the way down here to me in my office, and for making space in your calendar, all between fashion weeks, orders, and millions of other tasks, to come and talk to us. So I'll see you in Copenhagen, and I can't wait.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, it was a really pleasure. I mean, you have amazing questions. It's not just questions, because it was like a talk, and it's as good as someone is there to understand. It's not something, okay, yeah, I don't know what you mean. It's the another way you understand so well, I think, and then you can translate also even my so horrible English.
Thank you so much. That was brilliant.
Yeah.
All we needed. So perfect. Thank you so much again, Yasin, for coming in today.
Thank you very much, Julian.